Would you look at that? Microsoft's two consoles sitting right on this desk. Hello, this is David, also known as Munching RJ for people who might be watching this on Twitch. So right here is the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One. These are Microsoft two consoles that were really I really like these consoles. I mean, this one has a very large library, and this one had the games. The library isn't big because, well, it's just been released. But I mean, the games are really fun, and I'll get to the games in a minute. But so this is the 360. This model will normally cost you around probably $300 because this is 250 gig. This is not the newest model. This is actually the slim version. I'm not sure they even make these anymore because they announced they would make a new model which would be smaller, which I heard it sucks. So, I mean, my opinion, really, if you can get your hands on this model, I highly recommend you do. And here's a controller, which kind of, if you ever played retro game consoles, you might find it familiar with the traditional A, B, Y, and X. And then you have the triggers. There's the infamous Xbox guide button. And then here's the battery pack, which gets annoying, which I'm glad they actually fixed on the Xbox One controller. We'll get to that, but yeah. And then the analog sticks are also they're kind of not the best in the world, only because I drop my controller a lot, to be very honest with you. But anyway, so the Xbox 360 comes with, it has a big library of games right here. I got some games. I got Gears of War Judgment. Didn't last very long, but hey, at least it was fun for the time. Battlefield 4. I also have this for the Xbox One, but it's actually on the hard drive. So, yeah, I actually got this when it came out. So, and then the very first game I got for the Xbox 360, which was Gears of War 3. I used to be obsessed with this thing, but then the multiplayer just got really boring, and no one ever played it. So, yeah. I have a bunch of games in the hard drive for this. The hard drive is actually on the bottom, but I'll show you that later. Now moving on to the Xbox One. This thing was released on November 22nd, I believe, near Thanksgiving, so yeah. This is the new Kinect. I don't have the old Kinect because I really never wanted to use the other Kinect for the 360. The experience, I thought, wouldn't be that good as it is on the Xbox One. Because with the Kinect, I feel like it's a necessary thing. I feel like, because usually you'll have a time that you just don't want to use the controller, and you just say Xbox, and then you say whatever. But yeah, like, you can use it to you could use the Kinect to turn it on. You could use the Kinect to, like, switch between apps, and I find it really handy. But yeah, I mean, it's just a nice thing to have. But I mean, you will have it because every Xbox One comes with a Kinect, unlike Xbox 360. Not everyone comes with it, but yeah. One thing that I do like about the Xbox One that I don't like about the 360 is this right here. This right here. They actually have a slot, never mind. They have a slot loading drive, so you put this and it just goes in. This right here, you actually press the button, and then the tray comes out, and then you put the game in, and then you have to get it out. But Yeah, it's just kind of a hassle. This one's just put it in. But the thing I also don't like about any other consoles is because Xbox 360, if you put a game in here while it's running and then you move the console, it'll scratch it. Like it'll scratch it a lot. But whatever. I mean, if you install the game, then you're good. But if you didn't, then you're screwed. Here that also happens. I'm not sure why they never really put a protective buffer even after probably 5 years from the 360. I mean, I don't know. As long as it's still a pretty good game. This model has touch buttons. I'm pretty sure I said that before. The Xbox One also has a touch button, and it's just one flat. It's flat on the console. It's not like this where you can actually like put your finger around it. You can use composite cables for this. So if you have an old TV like this one that is like a dinosaur, these TVs went the way of the dodo a long time ago. But hey, they're still around. So yeah, I cannot hook this Xbox One to that TV only because Xbox One only uses HDMI, and I don't know about you, but that does not look like it runs HDMI. But yeah, now I will do side-by-side comparison of the controllers. You see, this controller is such a huge improvement. I really like it. Like, that's a big improvement. The battery compartment is actually in the controller. It does not bother you, so you can actually hold it. This I feel like it's just a chunk of like plastic. This I actually feel like it's good. Now, also the D-pads. D-pads are awesome. Honestly, if they had these D-pads on the Xbox 360 controller back when I played Gears of War, I would have been a better player. The analog sticks are also improved in my opinion. These ones are a bit stiff and they feel weird, I don't know. Also, these buttons are completely stealth silent. I mean, you can really feel the buttons as you run your hand to the controller. You're not going to get your dad all cranky for playing Call of Duty in all hours of the night. Sorry, Dad, nothing here. The guide buttons actually moved on the top. The start and select buttons are back. I don't know. I used to say select, but whatever. They've been replaced with these things. I'm not sure what their names are, which is really weird. Also, big improvement. Triggers. They put impulse triggers on them. So some games you'll play and then, you know, game developers can actually put feedback in the triggers so they vibrate. And I'll show you an example of that. But yeah, hardware wise, okay, I think you can go me on this because I actually got this from what people said at E3. So supposedly there's 500 billion transistors and 512 megabytes of RAM on this thing. If you don't know what transistors are, you can look them up, but whatever. But the Xbox One, however, has 5 billion transistors and 8 gigabytes of RAM. That's a lot, honestly. 8 gigabytes of RAM. That's as much as a computer, you know. But yeah, 5 billion transistors. That's a huge improvement. And yeah, that's a huge improvement. So now on to the games for the Xbox One. I already got the other ones. So this is a good game, Forza Motorsport 5 Day 1 Edition. Honestly, you're not going to be able to get this on the shelves. You're only going to be able to get the regular version. But yeah, and then I got Rise, Son of Rome. It was a good game. I mean, it has good graphics, but it's just the story. I felt it was so short. Or the multiplayer is really fun sometimes. And if you have a bunch of friends, I say, why not play this with them? My favorite game for the Xbox One, Dead Rising 3. Oh, I love this game. It's a zombie game. And its slogan is welcome to the after party. And then you could create combo weapons, you combine vehicles. Honestly, this game is probably the only reason why I bought Xbox One. And then those games came after. And then, obviously, everyone knows this, Call of Duty Ghosts. Although I'm not really a huge fan of it as I was. I used to play Call of Duty a lot, but I guess it's just slipping away now. I really don't know why. I'm more into like Battlefield. Oh, that's not Battlefield. That's Gears of War. I'm usually into Battlefield now. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll be bored of all the other games and just go back to Call of Duty. I know it will happen someday, but so that's a review of Microsoft's Xbox 360 to the Microsoft's Xbox One. Honestly, I think that these consoles were great for their time. This one has a very large library of games. If you like a very large library of games and you want to just save up, this console, I believe Microsoft said they will at least support it till 2016. But that doesn't mean that the Xbox Live services aren't going to be around at least until 2016. It means like they're going to keep releasing games for it. But then I'm pretty sure for another 10 years, Xbox Live for the 360 is still going to be on here. Xbox One, obviously, it's a new console. It was released probably like 5 months ago. This is going to be around for quite some time now, along with the PS4. And yeah, so this is a review of Microsoft's consoles from probably I don't know, I think 2000 something after the original Xbox came out. But yeah, I'm liking these two consoles, and I can't wait for Microsoft to develop and publish more games for the years to come. See ya.